Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a 5.9 liter diesel Cummins Dodge Ram 3500 from 2004 computer here, coming from Texas. Karen Lutland, this is your computer. She sent the computer because they said that the truck starts and runs, but they cannot accelerate. Or it stays in idle, but it won't pass 1500 RPM. They replaced the accelerator pedal position sensor, which is in this vehicle called accelerator pedal or throttle position sensor. It's actually, I think, in this setup, it's a 2004. It goes under the battery. So it's a very weird location, but that's how it is on this one, as I normally do. As you can see here, I have the computer connected ready, and I've been doing some tests because I can actually not reproduce much of their concerns. At first, I have just a note with her information, so I contact her, and she was remembering something. She called her son, and then gave me some codes like a P2121 and P2122, which are for the accelerator pedal. But let's see the test and all the information as I normally do. All right, so this is the computer. She will see is with her own markings and everything. It's a CM A4AD. Let's just go over the information so you get to understand a little more of what I have here. All right, so this is the old file that I have done for her. But let's just read the note first. Again, I only had the information in there. Call her, and she gave me this big number, which is the one on her door or insurance and everything, or registration. Just so we can read, the last digits is G218323. But then when I connect the computer, I noted that we have a completely different business. It is a 2004, because reading the digits, right? So the 10 digit will tell us what year is. So 7 is the first 3, 2 is second 6, 3 is 9, and then the 4. So it is this big number. It matches a 2004, but it's not the big number she gave me, right? So this is a 246 G246975. And we had a big number in here, G218323. But talking to her, she said it starts and runs and no issues. Prior to these, they replaced the engine. It's a 2006, but it's been working good with this computer. So it's all about the acceleration, and that is their concern. So I actually saved also the module information in here. And it matches a 2004 with automatic transmission, which is exactly her setup. And it's a CM A4A calibration 20.000, and all that rest 5.9 liters, all that is correct. So what I have now here, well, I do first multiple things. First, connect the computer, and I read. As you see, I have this other harness. Like I have this box in here, and I have the main harness connected to the connector, right? The connector C2, which is the one with 50 pins. And from there, I have 2 wires that goes into this green and yellow right here that says ground and 5-volt reference. That is the 5-volt reference and sensor ground on that connector. And if we read the multimeter that I have connected, my bench multimeter, sorry, it's sideways, but it is just to save space on my desk. But it's reading 4.949, so it's 5 volts, so that is correct. I then also connected to the other connector, which now we can see here. I got 3 wires because the accelerator pedal is all in the connector C1 with 60 pins, and I'm going to show you that in a wire diagram in a second. I then use the same, not the same wire, the same multimeter connected to the ground that I now supplied in the power. And if we read the voltage on those two, it's 4.95.94.5. So it's 5-volt reference is perfect in sensor ground. And the reason I'm measuring like that, because then I check immediately the 5-volt reference and the sensor ground at the same time. I then also supply a signal into the APPS, and I was able to move it up and down, which is kind of odd because it is their concern. So I'm going to do all this tests with you, but let me show you the wire diagram. I'm going to zoom in and get a box so you can see what I am. Give me just 1 second. I think it's in here. Yeah. All right. So this in here is the accelerator pedal for an automatic transmission with a CM A48 computer. This setup will use one accelerator pedal which they naming here throttle position sensor, and it's not the throttle. Well, kind of, right? Because it's almost the same, right? And it has two switches for validation when the idle is when the switch is in idle and when it's not in idle. So as soon as, well, when you start depressing the accelerator pedal, it will go from one switch open to the other one closed, or vice versa, depends on when you're releasing the accelerator, and that will tell the computer when you're not in idle. And then, like I said, I connected these three wires. So the firewall reference for the throttle position sensor is an A. I don't know what they name it A, but it's the connector C1 with 60 pins, pin 42 as the firewall reference. The sensor ground for the accelerator pedal is in C1, pin 33. And the accelerator pedal, disregard what it says in there because it's a accelerator pedal, is in connector C1, pin 14. So all in connector C1, and those are the pin outs. So that's what pretty much we need. I'm going to make this a little smaller in case you need it. This is the complete wire diagram. Well, actually, yes, I'm not in the way for this computer, for this vehicle. Yeah, you can have it in case you need it. All the connectors and everything is in there, and it's pretty good because this is a nice schematic. All the ones that says B is in connector C2 with 50 pins, and all the ones that say A, like I was showing you, is in connector C1 with 60 pins. All right, so I got everything reading the computer, which now I'm going to move you, and we don't really need to be in this view, so I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put the Phoenix, which I have connected, and also the meter. So I'm now connected to the throttle position sensor voltage. As I show you, it's a little very big, right? So let me get that a little better situated because it's chopping my head off when I move a little bit, and we don't need it that big because I'm going to be able to move the image. I think that's perfect. So you can see what I'm going to do here and in there as well. So right now I am again onto the wires that are into this connector, right? So if I disconnect this one, you're going to see that that 5 volts goes away, and that wire is connected to the C1 connector. I'm going to leave it in there just for the sake of not shorting out. So that is the sensor ground and firewall reference for the throttle position sensor. And the other wires that I mentioned that are coming from the connector C2 are these two. And I'm going to plug it in so you can see in Karen that all the firewall reference and sensor grounds are present and measuring pretty much the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that ground in there because I can use it. And I'm going to put the meter to the same signal that I'm providing over for the throttle position, or sorry, not throttle, the accelerator pedal. See, right now I'm putting 3.27 volts, and what is the computer reading? 3.33. I'm going to move that because I can't hear, and you're going to see how that changes immediately on the graph. That is what the computer is seeing. I'm going just slowly so we can see the change on the graph. Really, really good. I can go up and down quickly. That's not a problem. But right now I'm in 1.2 something. The computer is saying 1.24. Again, that is depends on the ground that I'm using because I'm using the sensor ground. And the only reason I'm doing that is because the length of when I am connected. As far as power for the computer and all that stuff. But I don't see a problem in here, right? So I'm going to now go in fast. I'm going to go up and down, changing the voltage. And we can see how that is matching, you know, when I'm staying, and I can move it up and down as I please. You see, it's like not a problem, no drops, and not losing the voltages. You know, it's like this is me moving it now slowly all the way to like minus voltage. You can see that in there, and that's probably the difference on the ground. But we can see how that is reading pretty much the same thing the computer is reading. A 10 of a volt or 100 of a volt. It's not even 100 of a volt, because remember that probably the scanner, what it's doing is rounding up the number because it's not a very accurate. It's only 2 digits, right? My bench supply is a 5.5 digit multimeter, and that's why it's showing so much. But yeah, again, going with the full codes, this only thing that I got from her, P2121 and P2122, is this is the only thing I can do. I cannot test anything else because this is their concern. So one thing that I can probably thing that they might have is they maybe bought the incorrect accelerator pedal. So let me remove this from the equation. I'm going to keep it in my view just to see if by any chance it drops. But I have been testing the computer and no, it's been working good. So let me take you over to the folder because I have some extra information in there that I wanted to show you because this is very important. There is two different accelerator pedals that can fit this vehicle and therefore the 5.9. And one is the one that has two throttle position sensors, and the one that this vehicle should use that has one accelerator pedal position sensor and then the two switches. That's what this uses because I'm going to show you in the scanner, and this is very, very different on that. So you see what it says, like if I'm going to zoom in this information, this is the same fault codes: intermittent 2121, 2122, setting, lack of throttle control when the code is present. Code has not reset since clear well on that vehicle. Number one, the accelerator pedal position sensor APPs might have an internal fault that is intermittent as well. On one style of accelerator pedals, one signal from the APP should be half of the value of the other signal. The other style has one position sensor and two switches. There are different style APPs used depending on the transmission type and build date of the vehicle. You see, this is where maybe they order the incorrect accelerator pedal, and the problem is not in the accelerator pedal, not on the not on the computer. It could be the wrong accelerator pedal, or you have problems on the wiring. That's the only thing I can think of, Karen, because I cannot reproduce the concern. So this is all I can do. So again, if we go back to this view, which is the same right now, we can see how that voltage is staying flat. It's no problems. I have checked the 5 volts in the sensor ground and they're steady. And I'm going to move now the meter because we can see it on the scanner. Now we know that that reading is perfect. It's the same. So I'm going to move now this to the sensor ground and the accelerator pedal and the 5 volt reference for that sensor while I'm moving the signal. Because this is very important. If you have a drop, it might be because you're missing one of the two. So right now, by me being there, if we see a difference or a drop in the voltage, while I'm doing the moving of the signal, that should potentially say, okay, well, the computer is losing the 5 volt reference or the sensor ground. But you see, I can go all the way down and all the way up to that graph. That means I'm moving completely that sensor signal all the way up and down, and the sensor ground and the sensor power are staying steady. Perfectly 0.94 volts. So that is no problems on the sensor ground and no problems on the voltage. So the only thing I can think of, Karen, is you have a problem, or you have you have the wrong accelerator pedal, or you have problem on the wiring, but not on the computer. All right, guys, I hope that you see all the time that a test like this takes in what I'm trying to share as far as information and testing, because you can do the same thing on the vehicle, right? And you can do it with the scanner if you have a scanner, which talking to Karen, it seems like her son is a very good diesel mechanic, so he probably had already the scanner that he can connect in here, or just with a multimeter, right? You need to have a little quicker multimeter, because sometimes a multimeter, when you're doing the signal, it might not pick up if you move the signal too quickly. But you can connect with the same pins that I tell you. Let me just go back to that view myself and repeat it one more time for all of you. So I am connected again in connector C1, the 60 pins, and pin 42, that's the 5 volt reference. Pin 33 is the sensor ground, and the signal is pin 14. So that's all you need to test. The same thing that I did. You put the multimeter while you're moving the accelerator to put the multimeter ground into the sensor ground, black lead of the multimeter, and the red lead on the 5 volt reference, and then you accelerate. You don't need to start a car, just ignition on, the same way I'm doing it here. and make sure that that fiber reference, so that reading on your multimeter stays as close as 4.94 or whatever we read here. I can put them in there, 4.94, right? And if you accelerate and that doesn't change, well, then your sensor ground and your sensor power are good. And I would recommend to do this, add the sensor first, and then after add the computer. You can do, for your son, you can do with the ignition on, disconnect the ignition, with the ignition off, disconnect the computer plug and the throttle position sensor plug or accelerator pedal plug, and then measure continuity from wire to wire so you know which wire is which on the accelerator pedal, because I cannot get information on that pinout. It's a little too old for that on this one. But then you know which wires are fiber reference, sensor ground, and the signal. And then the last test you want to do is, now that you know that you got a good ground and a good power, fiber reference, you move your red lead over to the signal and you start doing the accelerator pedal movement. You want to have a nice and steady voltage. If you're accelerating and you can see that the voltage is going up, and it's, let's say, 1 volt, 2 volts, 3 volts, and all of a sudden it's 2 volts and then goes to 0, well, then you have a problem in the accelerator pedal. It can be brand new, it doesn't matter. I have, and if you're a mechanic, myself and others know that brand new part doesn't mean it's good. So how many brand new parts has made us waste times and hours of testing just because we think it's a good part? With this, you would know immediately. If you have a graphing oscilloscope or multimeter, you can use a scanner, like I said, with that graph. But the only thing is the update rate on a tool like the scanner, it has to be processed, so it's not going to be as fast as an oscilloscope or a graphing multimeter. If you have a graphing multimeter, that refresh rate on that tool is super fast. So you can do the quick accelerations and make sure that all goes up, and it cannot do anything. Like, I'm going to put the scanner just 1 second to simulate an issue. Let's say if I'm going up, like right now, I'm going to bring it down. If I'm going up slowly, right, like that's a slow going up all the way from the lowest to the maximum, right? And then I do the same, I go from the maximum to the minimum. So that's the way that graph should look, right? So that is a good. But if I'm going to simulate a bad one or a problem, right? So I'm going up, and then I'm going up, and it goes like something like this, and it keeps going up, and it's something like this, and it going up, and it's like that. Okay, you see what I mean? That is a bad signal. I'm going to pause the scanner. Can I do that? I'm not sure. No, I cannot. But now you have in there a non-good signal and a bad-looking signal. Why? Because you were going up. You were accelerating normally like you did first, or I did first. But then on the second part, you can see what I'm simulating. I'm going in a normal acceleration, and then it dropped, and then it came back, and it dropped, and it came back, and it dropped. That's a bad accelerator pedal or a bad wiring. So check the wiring. Like when you're doing the testing there, you can keep the accelerator pedal to the top or to the maximum and wiggle the connector of the computer, wiggle the harness to see if you get a drop, because that will tell you, okay, we got a problem with the connection or a problem on the wiring. All right. So I'm trying to give as much as tools to Karen and to the son and to anyone that is watching this video. So I hope that you like the content. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.